Hey everybody, Cristina with PMAUS TV. Here we are with Barbour and all of his fineness and gorgeousness and all that. And I hope that's not harassment or anything.
No, it's perfect.
Okay. So, all right. I am so excited because I did a little history on you. Okay. So here's the question though, because I didn't quite get. You were North Carolina.
University of North Carolina.
Okay. Okay. So here's all I know about football.
Okay.
This is what I know about football. I know that football guys look great in their uniforms, and they run fast, and they jump on top of each other, and all of that is great for me. I'm good with that, so I don't know much more about it.
That's just it. You got it.
That's it. Yeah. So you guys just love that. And they smack each other in the butt. But I'm going to buy myself a football team. But anyway, so where did you start? Where did you grow up? And what made you want to be a football player?
Well, I grew up south side of Atlanta in College Park.
Really?
Yeah, born in East Point.
Wow.
Grew up on this little road called Jerome Road off of Old National. And I just had the size. You know, my mother was a track athlete. My father was a power lifter.
Really?
Yeah.
So you came from power anyway?
Yeah.
People were just like doing that. Awesome.
I had it in me. It was in my genes.
Wow, that's so
I
awesome.
decided to go with it. You know, football was the second option actually. Basketball was my first deal. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, I saw the basketball in your profile. So did you do that professionally at all or no?
No.
Okay. So basketball was like, okay, I'm going down to the court, so I'm going to hang out with the guys and play basketball.
AAU, high school, middle school, all throughout, you know, until I got an opportunity to play football.
Okay, so tell me about the opportunity to play football. When did that show up? What was that like? What was that feeling like?
It was amazing. It was amazing. I go into high school and get an opportunity to get recruited, I guess you could say. And, you know, went to North Springs, Charter of Arts and Sciences. It was a magnet school. And I started playing football. And as soon as I got into it, I realized how far this could take me. This could take me and give me a free education, you know, maybe even further. And it did.
Okay, let me hold that thought because I mentor teenagers.
Yeah.
And this is going to help because I want you teens to listen. You found a passion, remember that. You found a passion and you focused on it.
Yes.
And then you came to the realization that it could be an essential part of your future. So you pursued it.
Right.
Okay, you embraced it. Okay, this is really important for teens because there are so many teens out there who have such talent, but they don't have guidance. They don't have the mom who was into athletics or the father. They're off going to work every day and not really paying attention to the child. And of course, some people have to do that. But to those people who have that dream and they see it coming at them as you did, what do you have to say to them right now?
You have to have a mentor. You have to have a role model. You cannot go into a situation or, you know, just life going through and veering off course. You have to have pretty much your board of directors, people that you look up to, and it could be one, it could be several. But these people are vital in your life to help you focus. And you don't always have to take each person's word as, you know, your do-all. You take little bits of information and you interpret them as your own. That's what will help you, you know, progress in life as a successful individual. Not just an athlete, you know, businessman, you can do anything, even being out in your community.
That's right. If you're going to be a bag lady, be the best at it.
Bag lady.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
So just bag your own stuff. Don't steal from anybody. Sure. So now, here's the deal. So all of a sudden now you're how old?
I'm 27.
When they came after you.
Okay. Yeah, I was I was 14 when I came into high school, just you know, going through the ins and outs, and I realized that football could do a big deal for me. And went through my whole football career. I played about 2.5 years in high school football. And the reason being, I moved out with my father, and you know, down in Savannah, it was a great opportunity to spend some time with him. And I didn't have, you know, any regrets about that. I looked back and saw I had the commitment to North Carolina, so I just played basketball there at the high school in Savannah, and went on about my way.
I just want to get to the part where somebody came up to you and said, "You're going places," or tell me about that moment. When did that happen?
The ambition was always there.
Okay.
People saw that ambition in me, even when I didn't see it in myself. And I do appreciate those people for that.
Awesome.
It was around, as soon as I got done with the high school football, well, actually it was during my year in North Springs. My coach, Gary McCoy, he took me up to North Carolina camp. We drove up there along with another head coach or another assistant coach. It's like, Dre, you have an opportunity. And there I had to go against one of the top defensive ends in the Maryland area. And I earned my scholarship at that point. Right there, during that point in time, I earned my scholarship.
Okay, what were your grades like? Let's talk about grades. Were you keeping them up?
I was keeping them up.
Okay.
In high school, I was a good student, especially after my freshman year. I kind of fiddled around and almost was ineligible if it wasn't for an algebra credit in middle school.
And then how important in those times, how important was your education as far as keeping your grades up to become an athlete?
It was vastly important. I had to bring about an average. My average was high enough where, you know, you have to make a combined score, combined total with SAT and the grade point average. I had like a 3.4, I want to say, in high school, 3.5. So I only had to score not very much on my SAT or my ACT.
Mm-hmm.
Did pretty good on those my first try. And I was like, hey, you know, I qualified, so let's do this.
Awesome. Okay, so now you are, at this point, how old?
I'm 27.
Not now. He likes that 27 thing.
Yeah, I'm 28.
But how old are you?
April.
Oh, wow. You're not far away.
No.
So now you're at what age when all this is coming about? Like this coach drives you there, what, 17?
Well, yeah.
17, okay. So now you enrolled in this school, and you started playing football with them, and then how did you, what do they do once you're really good at what you do?
Right.
Did they just send out scouts, or what happens?
Right, so that's exactly what they do. They send out scouts, they see, you know, you go back to your high school after you get done from the camps. You know, as soon as I left that camp, it was a 2-day camp, and went back, scouts still recruited me. But as soon as I left to go to Savannah, that's when it kind of died off, because I didn't continue to play football for that final year. But I realized, you know, I had a goal, and I wanted to achieve it. So the only reason I chose North Carolina was because of the education. It's one of the top 10 universities in the nation. So one of the top 10 public universities in the nation as well. So it was just, you know, it's an aspiration to go there.
So did you get recruited? Did you go to another school? I thought I saw something
I did.
in your profile about another school.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to go to the University of Georgia, but I wasn't too thrilled about that. But, you know, you have to capture. At that point in time, I didn't know how much those opportunities meant. But you have to capture those. You have to take advantage of that. You have to, even though I love the University of North Carolina, I do realize that being that hometown feel is what they were going for. Of course, I would love to be close to mom, but you know, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to fly the coop.
Yeah, and you know what? Give your mom a shout out, because you know what? Now, how did mom influence you? Because you know we have football moms, soccer moms, crazy moms. Did she drive you and just root for you? And was she one of those moms in the stand going, "Go Andre"?
She had this can with, if you ever hear or know about the cans where you peel out the tabs and stick it in there and shake it, that was my mother. She was the most supportive. And Mignon Hale, I love you with all my heart, and you know that. Oh man, I wouldn't be here without her. She's just a guiding light, and she's so determined and passionate.
Awesome.
She instilled that drive and letting me know, hey, there's more out there than just what you see around you. You know, so many people are just enclosed about what they have around them. Maybe it's just the area they're in, or
the comfort zone, kind of, yeah.
And it may, you know, it may not be beneficial for them to be in that area, but she allowed me to see more.
Yeah. So now I gotta have you address young people who don't have that mom.
Right.
Encourage them. I know this is the second time I've kind of asked you the same question, but I really want to get this point out, maybe even from a different perspective. Okay, so you don't have a mom that's all into what you're doing and you want to be whatever.
So you want to find a maternal figure.
A maternal figure. Remember that. That's the second time we've heard that, but I want that in just impressed in your mind.
Yeah.
Find a mentor. Find someone, a teacher, your cousin, a police officer down the street, whoever.
Exactly. You got to have both sides.
And though you need to speak it sometimes. Sometimes you have to go to the person and say, you know what, I want more out of life, and I see you as A mentor.
A successful business, a successful person in the community. And I would like
Right.
to know how you got there.
And mentioning which, now we're going to go to the police you belong to, I just saw.
Police Athletic League.
Yeah, the Police Athletic League.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you get into that?
Oh, I was actually coming from the gym, and I guess a person from the board asked me to, come out and help out for a bit with football. I showed up one day, even though it wasn't football season. The things they were doing there, the things they're doing down on the Police Athletic League here in Jacksonville, it's incredible. They're taking these kids, they're giving them an opportunity to see, there is a light, there is an opportunity there, and they're doing a great job.
So what exactly, for those who don't know, because we're worldwide, so a lot of people might be moving to Jacksonville or something, and they have children. So what exactly does the Police Athletic League do, and how can they get involved if they move here with their children?
Right. So there are multiple locations around Jacksonville. What they do is they take the kids, the youth, after school programs. They help mentor them and help them create a standard for themselves in order to just build the character, build a great skill set, build character, help with tutoring, homework assistance, and just to give the kids an opportunity to do something that otherwise they wouldn't be exposed to.
Okay, is there an age group specifically?
From what I've seen, it's they go anywhere from first to second grade up to, I think, about middle school, up towards middle school. So
okay,
maybe around 8 to 12, 8 to 13.
Okay, those are
even older,
those are important years, very important years.
Okay,
years. So that and now, fast forward.
Yeah. What
are you doing with your life now?
Right now, I got certified my Series 7, 66. So
That's like financial stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep. And I never would have thought. I fell in love with finances at a young age, but
I would too.
Yeah.
If I had the money.
Yeah. Well, I'm accumulating it, and that's the good thing about it. You learn as you go.
Okay. So in other words, you can be anything you want to be, but you need to be fluid. You need to be ready to move into something.
Like the water.
Yes, be like the water. When the student is ready, the teacher will come. So how long have you been in finance now?
I've been in finance for about a year and a half.
And you look like you're loving it because your face is lighting up.
Yeah.
You're just all about it.
I do.
Awesome.
It's incredible. That's the best thing you can work with somebody other than their kids is their finances. You set them up for a future. Other than instilling that mindset, you're instilling a skill set.
Awesome. So you can pass that on to them. Okay, I have one important question for the grown-ups. Yeah. And I've heard this from so many people that I have had conversations with. And they'll say, well, I have no money. No money. All my money goes to bills and the kids and whatever. Can you do anything at all with those people? That is the question.
Yes. Yes. So, for people who have no money, it's not like you don't have any money. You're just taking care of all your responsibilities. If your bills are paid for, your kids are taken care of, you have food in the refrigerator. Those are responsibilities that you have to cover. Now, there's a chart where you save every day, maybe $1, or every week, maybe $1. Then the next week you save $2, and the next week you save $4, and etc. It's just a multiple, and you'd be surprised how much that accumulates.
My mother used to say that.
Yeah, it's just a positive thing. Even when you have no money, you have a way. And
to save a penny.
Save a penny. Have piggy banks. Get jars. Get large jarfuls of, empty jars and fill them up with pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And then eventually you'll notice, hey, I pick up every single penny I see on the ground.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah,
I thought I was crazy. Okay.
Even millionaires pick up pennies.
Absolutely.
So it's just like,
and that's the secret.
Yeah. It's those things will accumulate, and you just have to be adamant about your goal. Even though you don't have the means right now, you do have a goal, and you have to realize, there are people there to help you to reach those goals.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I usually get just 8 minutes of a person's life story, but yours is so interesting. One thing I'd like you to do is give a way for people to get in touch with the Police Athletic League.
Okay.
Do they have a website? Or?
Yes. So You can Google PAL, Police Athletic League in Jacksonville. I'm not sure off the top of my head what their phone number is. I believe it's 904, maybe 637-5220. But I want to look that up momentarily and verify that.
Yeah, and I'll put it out there too.
Awesome.
But also, so you can go PAL Jax. Remember now, people who are coming to Jacksonville, one thing that has been accepted is that Jacksonville has a nickname. It's JAX.
Yeah.
And you can put that on applications and on Google and any place, and the Jacksonville will pop up.
Yeah.
That's only Jacksonville, Florida. I've not seen it done in Jacksonville, North Carolina yet. So.
No, Jacksonville, North Carolina doesn't have
Okay, he's going to boot up his little Apple
Yeah.
here and see if we can find that number. In the meantime, you as a financer,
Yes.
how do we get in touch with you so we can get you some clients?
So you can email me at Andre L. Barbour at AOL.com, or hey, I always go through Cristina.
Yeah,
She knows how to
and
get
he's
in
on
touch with me.
LinkedIn, which is very cool.
Definitely.
So
On LinkedIn.
I want to spell that while you're looking that up. So it's ANDRE
Middle
L
BAR.
BARBOUR
Perfect.
at
AOL.
AOL.com. So look him up, give him a little shout out and say, hey, I need some financial advice. Great guy, and just bring a few pennies to pay him. Like, don't, donate something or whatever.
So like she was saying, JAX, J-A-X, is the prefix. So JAXPAL.com.
JaxPal.com. That's the Police Athletic League.
Their number is actually located on the website, depending on the location that you're trying to, work at.
So there are several all over Jacksonville.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So we have different counties, like St. John's, Duval. Is it like that, or they're just strategically placed?
Well, the one I work with is on Monument.
Is that Duval County?
It is Duval County, I believe. I'm not too familiar with Jacksonville.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm
learning, I promise.
But yeah, it's different areas. They have one towards Everbank Stadium, I believe. And,
That's downtown, yes.
Right. And so one a little bit further out west also. So there are multiple locations depending on where you are. Just go out, tell them you want to volunteer. It's a great opportunity to help kids in our city. And wherever I go, I just try to be a civil steward. It's very important that you give back, no matter what situation you're in. You can be penniless, or you can have $1 million. You have to give back.
Absolutely. I agree.
Important.
I agree. Because there's always someone that's in the situation that you have been in, that you are in, or you may be in. So, you know what, I hate to wrap this up, but we're going to have to talk more with him about finance. Hopefully I can get him back with me to have some people email and ask questions. If you want to do that, you can email PMAUSmedia@yahoo.com. P is in positive, M is in mental, A is in awareness, US, like United States, media@yahoo.com, and just send in some questions that you have, and hopefully we can get together with Mr. Barbour again and have this great conversation. And I just want to say thank you to Casa Marina for allowing me to video at their beautiful property, and we will take a tour of that sometime soon. So stay tuned to Life and keep learning. Thank you so much.